last year, the Miami Heat retired your jersey. So is there...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq and Ken Smith. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. Chicago is one of the teams right now playing very consistently. Over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. Well, Carmelo Anthony, an offensive force now for so many years in this league, not scoring maybe quite as much as he used to, but he still draws a lot of attention from the D.
Still gets those double teams. I would imagine that he's probably never played an NBA basketball game without being double teamed at some point. That would be.
Hey, do you realize that with this last flight, I've flown almost 100,000 miles? I'm gonna be platinum soon.
Do you realize that we fly charter? You don't get points for that, boo-boo. How are you even calculating that?
Man.
You a special one, man.
It's like y'all be talking funny. I don't understand language if people are short money.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. And the Knicks looking for a positive start here on their road trip. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
You know, it's been a struggle on the road for this team, and they're beginning another road trip here tonight.
And before this game gets going, let's send it over to David. Thank you, David. And Steve, mental fatigue is an issue that can play a factor when the season is in full swing. Is it more on the coach or on the player to keep the team focused on their goal?
I think the organization. I think your teammates, your coaches, whoever it is, to keep that camaraderie going. But ultimately, it comes down to the player. You had that responsibility. The coach can coach you up, but you got to find a way to get out of those ruts.
You can see where it ultimately would come down to the player.
Yes, totally agree.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And New York, looking at who they've got. Hardaway Jr. and Melo are the wings. Then there's Hernan Gomez. Then there's Ramon Sessions. And it's Kuzminskas in at the 4.
Wade in the open floor is a work of art, knows exactly how to fill those lanes.
And Sessions kicks to Anthony. Here's Kuzminskas. Five on the clock. Gets himself open and drills it. So it's Chicago now. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Well, it doesn't always have to be a thing of beauty, but when you can get a win in a game like that, that's really all you care about.
You know, we preach it all the time. Unselfish basketball. DJ making the extra pass to a wide open teammate.
And here is Anthony after Denzel Valentine hitting the 3. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. DJ kicks to Markkanen. And here's Brown outside. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. And so here is New York. It's a 3-point game coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And no one expected them to win that game per se, but no excuse for the way that one ended up.
They just simply blew it. Hopefully that won't occur ever again now that they have that bad taste in their mouth. How is it possible? Wide open, too.
Valentine passes to Brown. And there's the feed to Valentine. Down low.
Nice read by Dwayne Wade. Beautiful.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Anthony. And the shot falls short this time.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Sessions against Brown. In the corner, Valentine with it. Oh, good with the triple.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
Here's Kuzminskas. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. 5 to shoot. Anthony dishes to Hardaway. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Hardaway has got his first points of the game. The Bulls leading by 3. Out to the right wing. Markkanen kicks to DJ. He feeds it to Markkanen. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and see which teams have been the NBA's best in the rebounding department. The Knicks 4th.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Here's Kuzminskas. Anthony left side. Over Valentine. Anthony with the bucket.
And what a smooth release on that shot. Melo is money in the bank from there.
And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process play out.
Now here's Anthony. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
You know what? I also like how he attacked the glass. Gave a terrific effort in that department.
Hits the front of the rim and out. New York trailing. Shoots from the baseline. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Anthony's got his second basket of the game.
And the defense can only do so much when Anthony is locked in. There's nothing you can do to stop that guy.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Wade. Another miss by Wade.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
Hardaway with it. Wade picks him up. Sessions against Brown. Now here's Sessions. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. Wade against Hardaway. Wade kicks to Brown. Looking to end the drought. Not going to go that time. The Knicks go the other way with it. Outside Hardaway. He kicks it to Sessions. There's the dish to Carmelo. Here's Kuzminskis. Tries it from 19. And again, it's Carmelo Anthony. Anthony's got 6 points.
He has great instincts on the offensive end. He's tough to contain.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Off the pick. And again, Chicago, no good. New York leading by 3. Sessions with it, picked up by Brown. Hardaway, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of a former all-star point guard. Junior, not maybe the same ball handler his father was, but he can sure fill it up. And I really feel like he's established his niche in the NBA.
And Hardaway Jr., a 6'6" shooting guard out of Michigan. Talk about his game a little bit for us, Greg. Analyze where he is.
Above average in terms of his athletic ability, improving defensively, and right now he's playing off the ball, whether spotting up or filling the lane. I think this guy's got a chance to be special. He's passionate, and boy, does he compete. And Wells really has a firm grasp on that mid-range area of the floor, capable of hitting these shots in bunches.
Now, here's O'Quinn, coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Pass to Ntilikina. Noah kicks to Hardaway. Feeds it to Lee. For the 3. Mirijic grabs the miss. Bulls trail by 3. Mirijic the screen, and Lopez has it in the corner. Brown the pass to Mirijic. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
The outside shot is effortless for Mirijic. He makes it look so easy.
And the pass to O'Quinn. Outside Hardaway. Lee outside. Dishes it to Noah. Lee outside. Noah the screen. Here's Ntilikina. It's good from long range. Ntilikina's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. On the wing, Brown. Covered by Lee. Pass to Mirijic. Fires the 3. And the Bulls another 3.
Especially for a big man, the spot-up attempt is much easier. Mirijic with plenty of time to set his feet and knock it down.
Brown outside. And Mirijic has it in the corner. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last.
And while we got a chance, let's look at some numbers for Ntilikina. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
Out to Lee, pass to Ntilikina. Deflects the pass. Here's Portis. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Now here's Lee. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. But put back, and they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
He is so out of his element right now. Hasn't made a shot all quarter. I feel for him. working over that in-between area. Defenses now have a hard time shutting that down.
Here's Lee. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Mirotic dishes to DJ. Passes it to Portis. To the inside. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist from Mirotic. And it's a 4-point Bulls lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Screen by Lee. Hardaway kicks it to Noah. Inside, here's Ntilikina. And it's blocked by Brown.
And there's a certain art to blocking shots without fouling. DJ with perfect timing.
From deep. They get it back. Wells kicks to DJ. There's a screen. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Bulls out front. They finish off the first quarter on a 12-3 run. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Chicago ends up going with the new group. Knicks trail by 12.
Well, one reason this Bulls team had such a tough time getting easy wins last year, it was their shooting. Second lowest made threes in the league. Just didn't have the personnel to make it happen.
And New York, looking at who they've got. Hardaway Jr. and Melo are the wings. Then there's Ramon Sessions. Then there's Hernan Gomez. And it's Kuzminskas in at the 4 slot. Valentine kicks to Markkanen. Pulls it from the elbow. Felicio, and he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too. And for the Bulls and their poor shooting, had to trade some shooters mid-season as well. In fact, Smitty ended with the lowest effective field goal percentage in the NBA.
Not having shooters, that will do that to you. Overall, had a bottom 10 rated offense. For the offense they want to run, they are going to need better threats outside.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, DJ in the last matchup against the Bucks put on a show. He finished with 36 points and seemed to be playing in slow motion with a huge number of assists. Another outstanding outing, something that's become more and more commonplace for him. Bring it back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David, for another reminder of just what an unbelievable performance that was.
One that everyone's still talking about tonight. He dominated that game in just about every way possible.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us tonight. Maybe he tops himself again. I think he just might do it.
Now Anthony, after Dwayne Wade's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Kuzminskas. New York, no good that time either. The Bulls leading by 13. Wade passes to Brown. Down low, it's stolen by Hernan Gomez. Shoots from 12. Hardaway, no good. And here's the break. Brown outside. But they recover it. Markkanen kicks to DJ. He dishes it to Markkanen. The kick out to Brown. Fires from deep. Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Felicio's got 9 points now in the quarter.
You have to box him out or he's going to beat you to the glass on both sides of the floor.
Here's Kuzminskas. No good on the three.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Wade kicks to DJ. And there's so much more to the game than explosive athleticism. We see that. We're wowed by it. But, you know, Steve, there are those players who win with guile and being smart and crafty. Any names come to mind when you think about that aspect?
Yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies, their entire team, Kevin. When you look at Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, but some other names, Draymond Green, those guys, they won't wow you with their athleticism, but they have such a high basketball IQ. Chris Paul, those guys, they just know how to play. Harrison Barnes is another.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Hardaway kicks to Anthony. The pass to Kuzminskis. Back to Anthony. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Anthony's got 11.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo. Overpowering the D, one of the best shooters we have in this game.
A moment now to see the numbers for Carmelo Anthony. 10th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And you noted it, his points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to.
Well, the one thing you notice about DJ off the court, almost always wears his headphones, either on his head or around his neck.
Now here is Hardaway. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Anthony with it, now guarded by Valentine. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And what was a wild ride of an offseason for the Knicks ultimately results in a regime change.
Yeah, I mean, players butting heads with executives, and when it came down to it, things just needed to change. If the Knicks picked the Zen Master over Porzingis, fans might have rioted in New York City, and hopefully the franchise can kind of start to right the ship.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, whenever you watch the Bulls, you can't help but think back to their golden age. I remember those days. The 90 Bulls are arguably one of the best teams ever. Hard to argue with the greatness of those teams.
He's perfect from the line this time. And Smitty, you got to play against Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in the 90s. Just what was it like going up against them during their peak as a team?
A nightmare. The reason why you had 2 wing defenders in Jordan and Pippen who could guard the basketball. And then you had both those guys that were excellent on offense. And at the end of the game, they had the greatest closer of all time, in my opinion, in MJ.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Chicago with the ball after New York gets the 3. Wade, a screen on Hardaway. Inside, it's stolen by Sessions. Here we go, 1-on-1. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Lopez comes in for Felicio. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Valentine. Wade kicks to DJ. Back to Wade, and Holiday has it in the corner. 4 on the shot clock. There's the pick. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Anthony dishes to Hardaway. Shoots from the line. That shot is off. Excellent D there from Holiday. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. To the right side. Back to Brown. Lopez, a screen on Sessions. It's Brown with the drive. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got 7 rebounds in the game. And so it's Chicago. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them.
Thank you, Kevin. Another quick start here in this first half. What has been the key the last few games?
Oh, D.A., you know, my teammates have done a great job of getting me in a rhythm early on in the game. If I get a few touches early on, I feel more engaged, and it builds from there. I mean, this whole team does a great job of believing in one another and setting each other up for success.
Well, so far so good tonight. Thanks. Guys, back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Well, he's one of those guys. When he's being aggressive, officials give him the benefit of the doubt.
Markkanen is out there with Valentine. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then there's Brown. And it's Felicio in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Wade drives in. Back to Brown. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Sessions. Kicks it to Hardaway. They set the pick. Off the screen, and good that time. Hardaway has got his second basket of the night.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Going up against size, you have to get separation. Nice move from mid-range.
Brown, good.
You think back when Fred Hoiberg was a player in the NBA, great shooter who had a strong knowledge of the game. Not too surprised he ended up as a coach.
Anthony, the pass to Kuzminskis. Back to Anthony. Rebound by the Bulls. 17 points was their biggest margin. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Getting good production from the reserves on a daily basis is a key ingredient to any team's success.
Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. You got to hope for the best.
I just hate seeing this, but no need to jump the gun. Let's see what it turns out to be.
The Bulls making a switch here. Wells is checked in. Here's Kuzminskis. 5 points in the game. Anthony on the wing. Picked by O'Quinn. Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got 15 points.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
There's the pick. Brown kicks to Wells. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And it's 9 points for Shammy Wells.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy. Double-digit lead and still putting it on them.
New York calls timeout. Steve, you are known for your three-point shooting, but as more and more teams look to space the floor and shoot threes, we've heard some legends, like Isaiah Thomas, for instance, complain that everyone's playing the same. What do you think about that?
Me and Isaiah, we've definitely talked about it, and I look at it, yes, we have some guys that's multi-talented, but everybody can't shoot threes. If you're a good guy to be able to knock down with a high percentage, shoot the 3. But if you're a mid-range guy, you can still be an all-star shooting the mid-range. Play to your strength, work on that shooting threes, but I just hate when 5, 6, 7 guys, everybody's running to that line, and that's all we're seeing. You got to defend, you got to rebound, you got to block shots, you got to do other things, because that still is the way you can win the game, by doing all things, not just shoot threes.
And really, having the best teams in history always had guys that can do different things, a ball handler, a rebounder, a screener, a long shooter. Yeah, it's always a combination of all those things instead of everybody doing the same
You're
thing.
so right, Kevin. And even though we've been in this three-point era, in the last 2 or 3 years, rebounding the basketball and defending still can win basketball games for you.
Pass to Ntilikina. The feed to Hardaway. Kick by O'Quinn. Hardaway kicks to O'Quinn. Some nice passing by New York here. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
Outside Anthony. He feeds it to Noah. Back to Anthony. It's stolen by Brown. They set the screen. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in. Portis has got his second bucket tonight.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Noah the screen. Hardaway dishes to Noah. Can't connect from short range.
You know what? He tried to lay it in at the point of attack. Just too much defensive pressure on that play.
Cans it from downtown.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
Back to Anthony. Over Valentine. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
And tonight he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Here's Noah. New York, no good that time either.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
It takes an effort on both ends of the floor, and you have to find the right matchups to exploit.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
There's the dish to Hardaway. Wells with the steal. And here's the fast break. Wells leading the way.
And Wells covers a lot of ground quickly. Phenomenal at running in transition and then capitalizing with ease.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Anthony with the screen on Brown. Noah with it. He kicks it to Anthony. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Anthony's got 17.
Taking a workmanlike approach inside. That's the shot you want.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. So for the Bulls. Robin Lopez is checked in for Felicio. Mirotic comes in for Valentine. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Wells. And then for New York, Lance Thomas comes in for Anthony. And Lee's subbed in for Hardaway. Mirotic the screen. Here's Brown. And again, Chicago, no good. For New York, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Lee outside. Back to O'Quinn. Feeds to Lee. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by DJ. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. DJ's got 11 points here in just the second half. Dishes it to O'Quinn. Pass to Thomas. Here's Ntilikina. Thomas a screen. 5 to shoot. Lee kicks to O'Quinn. Here's Ntilikina. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. Well, Chicago has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And change was needed badly for the Knicks, and they did that starting with the front office.
Yeah, Knicks fans can have a dire outlook at times, but the team still has a solid foundation. It will take some time
for the team to become a true contender again, but having players not be at odds with the front office, definitely a good start.
Grant, he's checked in for Bobby Portis.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
A different look for New York. Hernan Gomez comes in for Joakim Noah, and Sessions subbed in for Ntilikina. And the league has taken some measure to keep the pace of the game going, which I think is good, getting players to the court more quickly after timeouts. Just carving some seconds. Sometimes they add up over the course of a game to make it seem faster, to keep the rhythm of the game. You like that direction, Steve?
I love that direction now, especially for the fan to get a chance to watch it. I love all the little, like you said, nuances to keep this game moving. I would love to see, even when a coach calls a timeout, if he doesn't want to take the time, that they can continue to keep playing. If both coaches agree, just to have a timeout, because sometimes you just want to have a break. You might want to turn it over. You call a timeout, you're going to have it strategized. Just keep playing. I don't know what coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
And Sessions kicks to Hernan Gomez. New York moving it around. There's a screen. Passes it to Lee. New York needs to get off a shot to stop the run. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Grant the pass to DJ. 1:09 left in the third quarter of the game. The baseline J off the mark. Thomas against Holiday. There's the pass to Hernan Gomez. And that one, good.
And because of his size, that's a difficult shot to contest.
But it's not just the size, it's the natural feel for the mid-range game. Not everyone has it.
New York's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Lee, left side, launches a three. The Knicks keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Hernan Gomez kicks to Lee. Floats one up. They shoot again. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's his first trip to the line.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
First free throw is good. Markkanen. Here's Sessions. And New York looking at who they've got. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Noah. Then it's Lee. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Sessions in at the one spot. Picked by O'Quinn. He dishes it to Sessions. O'Quinn the pass to Lee. From deep. Doesn't go for him. So the Bulls will take it the other way.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
To the wing on the left. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Chicago's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Brown against Sessions. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That's on Joakim Noah.
This is the result of taking it up strong in the paint. DJ now going to the line.
Free throw good, DJ.
And last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Sessions against Brown. Now here's Sessions. He's guarded close. Some solid defense from Brown. And a big problem for the Knicks and their shortcomings last season was their defense.
Yeah, and listen, they have some shot blocking, but as a whole, the defense lacked teeth.
more than anything else, it played a part in the disappointment of last season's campaign, and it's something they'll be focusing on in the coming years.
And the new CBA hammered out Smitty last season between the league and the players. It really seemed to get done. Adam Silver, a terrific job. Chris Paul leading the players' side. They got together early and seemed to be much more cordial in their negotiations. I think that's a wonderful sign.
I think the game is in good hands right now, and I was happy from, like you said, from the league side and the players' union side. You said it best, Kevin. They got together early, and that's why I think it was seamless. And the game right now is going so well, and they didn't mess it up, and I'm happy about it.
And you know what? I'll even go on. I'll take it one step further. I don't know if there's a professional league in the world right now that is in better shape in almost every aspect than the NBA. What do you think?
I totally agree, Kevin. Right now, we have a magical time right now in the NBA. Things are running well on the court and off the court.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bulls.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for DJ.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
To the paint. Hardaway with the steal. O'Quinn, high post. Here's Sessions. And again, it's the Knicks missing. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next
DJ, great game.
Thanks, Char. Am I blown up?
You're trending. Oh, hey, we need to go do an interview with the guys in the studio. Let's go.
Let's get it, man.
Hey, it's Kenny. You were just lighting it up on the offensive end. Were you looking for your shot out there or just playing within the offense?
Well, yeah, I feel like I just happened to be in the right place at the right time in a lot of our offensive sets. You know, our offense does a good job of creating looks for everyone on the floor, and you know, I was just lucky enough to find open space more often than not, Kenny.
Well, good job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. I will.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you, DJ.